Welcome back to another episode of The Watch Monkey. Today we're going to be discussing a brand that I really like, and that's not that well known. It's Christopher Ward. And the not one, but two watches that we're going to be talking about are the Christopher Ward C65 Trident. Fantastic watches. But anyways, I'm not going to go into too much detail right now. I'll get into that in a moment. Let's turn the camera around and we'll see what we got. Okay, here we have the C65 Trident by Christopher Ward. As you can see, it's an absolutely stunning watch, absolutely beautiful. The dimensions are excellent for the average wrist. I've got a 7-inch wrist. I'll put it on shortly so you can see what it looks like. But anyway, the dimensions are as follows. So from this point to this point, which is the diameter of the face, is 41 millimeters, and from lug to lug, that is 47 millimeters. So just by even looking at that, you can tell that it's going to fit very well. For straps as well, it's excellent because it's your standard 22 from there to there. So any 22 millimeter strap is going to fit this watch. Now, if you're planning on getting a C65 Trident, I would strongly recommend that you get it on bracelet. The bracelet that's on this watch is phenomenal in so many ways, and I'll quickly show you why. So I'll flip it over here, and here you can see the clasp. It's a milled clasp, not stamped, and you can see it's beautifully done. It's got the Christopher Ward logo there, and the print, again, Christopher Ward. And check this out. Now, this is how you it's kind of like an extension. I wouldn't call it a full-on dive extension, but it's micro adjustment, and you can do it on the fly. You simply just pull that lever, and you can see how it just slides out from there. And if you pull it back like that, and you can see it's going to slide back in, and that's really great. The other thing that makes this bracelet very nice is that it's a quick release. You don't need tools to change the bracelet out. And all you do is you pull in on these two tabs here at the same time. So you got this, let me try to get that better focused for you guys. That tab and that tab there. So you just pull those two in at the same time, and the bracelet pops out, and you can throw it on another, like a canvas strap or rubber strap or whatever you like. You can see that the shape of the case is beautiful. They're calling it the light catcher case for pretty obvious reasons. It's stunning. It's just the way it kind of catches reflections and so on. What else can I tell you about it? This particular watch here, this is the automatic version. The next watch I'm going to show you, which is very similar to this, it's also a C65, but it's a limited edition, is the hand wind edition. With the automatic, you also get the date. You don't get the day. So you get the date complication there. It's the Solita SW200 that's used in this particular watch. You just give it a shake, and just wearing the watch keeps it wound up. With this movement here, it's a hacking movement and a hand winding as well if you want. So I'll pull the crown out in a sec here. You can see the second hand's moving there. I'm just going to pull the crown out, and you can see there on the second position, it actually stops it. So that's what they refer to as hacking. Now, you can see now at this point, I can change the time just by turning this back and forth. If I go in one notch from the full out position, which is there, this is where I can change the date, where I just simply turn this, and I went in too far, sorry. Right there. And you can see that the date is easily changed. The crown here works very nicely as well. It's very smooth. This watch is just super well executed. If you buy this watch new from Christopher Ward at their full price, it's going to be about $1,000, maybe a little bit more. You can find this on eBay and places like that. Typically they go used from anywhere from about 600 Canadian to 800 Canadian. So that's it for this one. Oh, it's got a rotating bezel as well. And the one thing I should let you know about this watch, I wouldn't really necessarily call it a true dive watch. The reason being is that it doesn't have a screw down crown. Now apparently the newest edition of these do come with a screw down crown. So what that means is that to move the crown out, you have to actually unscrew it before you can move it to any position. On the Christopher Ward's, on the C65 anyway, it's just a pull-out crown, so you can just pop it out. So I'll just put that back in. The second watch I'm going to show you is the limited edition C65. They call it the 316L limited edition. And this one is a hand winding movement. So what that means is that every morning or every couple of days, I think it's a 40 or 60 hour power reserve. I'm not sure. But anyways, you just turn it like this and it's the silkiest, smoothest winding that I've experienced probably in almost any watch. It's just silky smooth. So you just give it a wind like that. And when it gets close to the end of the full wind, you could feel the tension is getting greater and greater. Don't force it, but once you get close to the end, you'll feel that it gets a little bit tight and you stop there. Again, this is a hacking movement, meaning that if I pull this out, you watch the seconds there, it's gonna stop the watch. So there it is there. This one does not have a date. So it's just simply, they call it a three-hander. You've got your hours, your minutes, and your seconds, no date function. This one is really a pretty watch. I'm not sure if you can see how nice it is on camera with the yellow. It's absolutely stunning. The indices are nicely printed. It's raised. Actually, I shouldn't say printed, it's applied. So these are all applied. It's not printed on the case. The controversial thing with Christopher Ward, again, some people hate it. For others like myself, it doesn't really matter, or I kind of like it. I'm just going to move the hand out of the way of the Christopher Ward print there, just like that. Is the Christopher Ward writing here. I don't mind it. Some people don't like it. But here you've got two really fantastic diver watches. Oh, just let me push that crown back in too. That are kind of unique on their own. The thing that I really like too is on the seconds hand. You can see the end with the Trident spear. Looks great. Really nice touch. The bezels on these are not ceramic. They're aluminum or steel. I'm not sure exactly which one. They're really nice. I'm going to flip the watch over now so you can see the case back. And the case back is probably one of the nicest case backs I've seen. The engraving, I shouldn't say engraving, the embossing and the script on there is done very heavily. And it gives it really a classy quality feeling to the watch. Now, these watches in hand feel relatively light, especially for a dive watch. They're, I would say, I don't know the actual weight, but definitely on bracelet, it feels much heavier on the bracelet than it does on this, what they call hybrid strap. The hybrid strap here is actually quite interesting too. The top part of the cloth of the strap here is like a sailcloth, but it's actually rubber. It's very comfortable, a lot more comfortable than the first generation one that was thicker. A lot of people kind of complained about that. But you can see this is a thinner strap. Again, very nice quality. What else can I say about it? It comes in different colors too. The C65 Trident does come in different colors. They've got a green one as well, a black one. They've also got what the heck were they calling it? Never mind, doesn't matter. But anyway, these are the two that we're talking about today, the two C65s. Again, fantastic watches. On the used market, they go for anywhere from about 600 to about 800 Canadian. And if you buy it new, the only place you can get them from is actually Christopher Ward. You've got to actually go to their website, which I'll provide a link for you. So if you do want to get a new one, just go to the website and pick one up. Really great watch. Sorry about all the fingerprints. What I'll do now is I'll quickly put it on wrist for you guys so you can see what these look like on wrist. Just give me a moment. And I'll throw this one on wrist because it's going to be the easiest to put on wrist. And there we go. And that's on a 7-inch wrist. Let me just clean that up for you. There we go. So there you go. That's the C65 Trident on a 7-inch wrist. Fits wonderfully. It's a very comfortable watch. It's what I would kind of call more of a classy diver type watch. It can be used in formal environment as well as very casual, whereas a lot of the typical divers are much thicker. I can show you one here, a very typical one. This is a Seiko homage, and you can see it's quite a bit thicker and bigger. I'll put these two side to side so you can actually see the difference between the two. So this is a much sleeker watch than the Seiko, and some of the other dive watches are much thicker than this even. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll flip the camera around and say my goodbyes. Come on guys, seriously, think I was just going to leave it like that? Of course we got to do the loom shot. So let me hit the watches with my magic loom maker. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a shot there. Same with the yellow one. Let's get that all loomed up for you guys. Some people are just absolutely crazy about this. Actually, it's kind of really neat how these watches do glow. And these ones don't glow bad at all. They look very good. They're not the most luminescent of the dive watches, that's for sure. But still, it is plenty enough. Okay, so I've got these kind of charged up for you. And I'm going to quickly turn off the light here. Turn off the first one and the second one. And there you go. So these are the Christopher Ward C65s loomed up. So there you have it. Not bad. Okay, so now I will flip the camera over. Oh, maybe some of you are curious about these postcards. I'll let you take these for a peek. There you go. Kind of interesting for sure. I actually found these at the, believe it or not, thrift store. They were like 25 cents each, and I couldn't resist. I thought, you know what? Looks like there'd be some kind of interesting story to that one, especially. This one here is just an old dude. Looks like he's going to catch a butterfly. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera over now for sure. Okay. Okay, well, that's a wrap. That was the third episode of the Watch Monkey. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon button there so don't miss an episode, all right? Take care, guys, and see you next time.